Hello. It is just a minute before 11:30 and I'm getting set up. I've got an activity to do today. So if everyone has any questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat with a Q for question before it so I know, and I will try to answer all the questions, but I am just kind of waiting. I know that there's another live going on right now. I just had to leave it to come here, so I know everybody's kind of busy. But I am wanting to get my microgreens going again with the milk cartons. I am loving these milk carton gardens, and I am going to do another one. So I'm going to stand up so you can see what I'm doing here. You don't want to cut where this is, your handle. You want to keep your handle. So I'm coming over here on the other side of my handle. I'm going around, trying to keep it kind of straight as I go. It's a little hard because this pen has a big divot in there. I'm going to start back here again. I'm going to leave this part, and I'm going to start back here, come across, so I kind of wind up over here at the right spot. So now we bend it like this. All right, so I've got it rinsed out, and now I've got it cut. On the bottom down here, in each square, I'm going to make an X, and I did a video on this, so, and I don't know why this, check something here. I'm wondering if I had a problem before with this. Let me check. Sometimes YouTube doesn't like to do notices, and sometimes, thank you for that, it doesn't put it out like it's supposed to. So let me see. Just a second here. Make sure it didn't make it private or something. It's been a little weird lately. Oh, that's why. I'd be talking to myself all day because it has it as private. That was the problem. Nobody could see it. I'm like, wow, I'm sitting here talking to myself because it had it down as private. So I'm going to make an X in each one of these while we're waiting for people to see that I'm actually live. And of course, it didn't send out notifications because it had switched it to private. Isn't that special? All right. So, got a little carried away. So I've got that. Hey, hi Charlotte, Justin. I had it set to private, so I've been making this, waiting for people to come in. I just went and double checked my settings, and lo and behold, I was set to private. So thank you so much for being the first one in here and seeing this. I now have some eggshells. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grow some stuff today. So I'm putting my eggshells in the bottom. My plants will be able to get them. They'll break down in the soil. So I've got my eggshells, and I've got my container, and I am going to do the microgreens. People were asking how I did the microgreens. I am copying in the same fashion as Bunky from the Vineyard Chicks. Hey, Yossi, thanks for coming on. Hey, I will put an invite here. I couldn't put it in the chat because LJT, welcome. I couldn't put it in the chat group because for some reason, it won't let me sign in to Facebook up here. So thank you. If anybody has any questions, just put them in the chat with a Q and I will answer them. So I've got my potting soil and I'm going ahead and filling this up with potting soil. Hard to find where, there we go. Where it is on this. All right. Need a little bit more here. I hate these bags. That cleaned up there and there. So I went ahead, I put my eggshells in the bottom, down there, a layer of soil. I'll be right back. Hang on. All right, I'm watching you, see. Grab my water. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on top of something so I don't make a mess. And get the lid off here first. So here we are. I'm gonna go ahead and water the soil real good so it's nice and moist. Potting soil sucks up so much water. So I've watered my soil. And I have this microgreen mix. It has Red Express cabbage, Latino kale, Tatsoi mustard, Black Knight, must be the name of the mustard, and mustard muzina. And so I am going to start this. Charlotte, I am doing the winter sowing method with a lot of my seeds in the milk jugs so that I can plant them now and then they will come up on their own in May, because I can't plant until the middle of May either outdoors direct sow, except this makes a little greenhouse. That means then I can plant some things that are very hardy and frost hardy, cool weather crops. Second, the dirt is making me sneeze. Cool weather crops I can plant now, and these, put them outside. You take and let the nature water them. Take these right off. I'm leaving them on right now so nothing gets in there. But you then plant them outside, leave them outside, and then the seeds will sprout on their own when it's time. Hey, Old Reading Farm, welcome. I see you have lots of baby chicks. So,
hey, everyone.
Hi, Lewis. So, this has a nice greens mix. I'm going to plant it now, and I'm going to plant it inside. So this is one thing I'm going to be growing inside year round, especially for the winter. It's a great source of fresh greens in the winter. So I am just going to grow this right now to have some fresh stuff. But there's not a whole lot in this mixture I like. I think the only thing I like in here is the pak choi. But maybe as greens. I've never tried the microgreens. Have you done microgreens, Lewis?
No. Well, I don't know. I grew broccoli last summer in my garden, and they were, I guess, they were like waist height. But when I cut the broccoli heads off, they were like microgreens, but they weren't like your traditional microgreens. They were maybe like that big around and about yay tall. Not like your big, huge head, right?
Right.
Of broccoli. That's the quote. It was totally unintentional, for me to have them like that. Last year was my first year of growing broccoli, right?
Right.
But they're still good just the same.
Yep. Well, this is my first year doing microgreens, but I wanted to get something growing. I can't stand that I can't grow anything right now. Especially I have all these plans and I'm in my head, and I can't get out there and do anything in my weather. So this is perfect for me to be able to do something.
I can't. Yeah. I got like 2 feet of snow. I got 2 feet of snow still, right? I want to get out there and start doing, right?
Right.
Once the weather starts getting nicer and the snow starts melting, I'll be in the gardens digging up the snow so that it can start melting faster, and get to the ground faster. And then I got a buddy of mine. Once I can fully get into my gardens, he's going to bring me over about 8 yards roughly worth of horse manure with straw in it. And I got to get that in there and mixed up. I got to get some composting stuff in there mixed up. And I rake out the grass here as the snow melts too. And I got to throw that into my gardens and empty out the compost when I do that. And it's just a little process that it'll take about a couple of months to do that, which I don't mind, right? Get the lawn looking nice and that again. And
I hate lawns.
Throw it all into
I
the
absolutely
garden,
hate
right?
lawns. I am having absolutely no lawn at my property. If the grass gets green and tall, it gets green and tall. I am not mowing my lawn. I am not planting grass. I'm not planting the lawn. I'm hoping to cover my whole yard with wood chips and have my permaculture food forest and absolutely no lawns. I hate lawns with a passion, and I absolutely, without a doubt, cannot stand my former neighbors who were lawn obsessed to the point of being rude about it. So I had one guy next to me that mowed on the diagonal. He was so obsessed. It made me absolutely sick. I'm so sick of it. I hate that obsession that people have. I don't hate people, just their weird obsessions with lawns.
Oh, I don't want to say I'm just as bad, right? But like here in Canada, like I snow throw a path along my lawn, right, for my dog to run around and mark his territory and do his thing, right? And I try to rake out all the dead grass, right, and the grass mold and whatever else I leave out on the grass from the fall, right? Because I got a gravel driveway, I try to rake up all the stuff from the road in my driveway, right? And then it's pretty much done, right? It's a slow process, right? As the snow melts, I do it.
Already,
but I'm not doing it all at once.
This mix has red cabbage, Latino kale, pat soy mustard, black knight, pak choy cabbage, and mustard muzina. And this came from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just trying out one. This is the mild mix from the Dollar Tree. I've never done microgreens, so I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it. So I'm just trying out something from the Dollar Tree. I actually bought it at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, be careful with those wood chips, especially around any buildings and your house. Just the fact of termites, right?
I don't have to worry about termites.
Places and
I live in the cold north. I don't have termites, so I'm good.
Okay, well,
they're not going to be around my house. they're not going to be that close to the house. The house isn't actually not a house, so it's not a problem. Someday
I know
I'll
that
show my tiny house conversion I'm doing, but I'm not ready to show people yet. But
yeah,
Charlotte's getting her chicks. You got 10 meat and 5 egg layers. Nice. I have resisted the urge to go to Tractor Supply.
Yeah, because I did a wood chip driveway, and it went up to the house, and the house had termites. I was renting it, right? Lo and behold, I knew about wood termites, right? And
I lost you. Where'd you go? You must have pushed the wrong button. That's weird. It says devices not connected. Oh. I didn't push anything. Are you coming back? You might have to go out and come back, Lewis. I think there you are. You're back. I think you're back. You're froze. Oh, you're getting yours from the feed mill too? Cool. I am going to probably get some meat birds this year. Are you there, Lewis?
there we go.
There you are. Now you're back.
Yeah, something. I don't know what it's. Yeah,
it
sometimes
weird.
it's my reception. Yeah, sometimes it's my reception because I got a metal roof, and sometimes it'll just do that. I noticed that on my phone too. When I make phone calls, it'll just cut out and gotta redial again.
Thanks, Diggs. Hi to you too. Yes, I've really been working on the craft room lighting. I got to get a little bit better. I got to get that other side, but it is a little better in here. I'm working on it. Okay, Yossi, feel better soon. Feel better soon. I'm going back up through the chat and seeing if I missed anybody or anything here, but kind of crazy Saturday today. I'm looking forward to Shed Wars. Are you looking forward to Shed Wars?
Yeah, me too.
I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for me because I've never done it before, but I'm looking to improve on or learn some things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like I'm doing okay. I can grow stuff, right? But at the same time, I still got to build up my soil better. I know that much, but at least I'm going to try to learn where I can plant stuff for shade, for full sun, or partial shade. You know what I mean? Stuff
I'm
like
excited.
that.
I watched, I think, every single video that was put out for Shed Wars last year. At least I tried to watch every single video that got put out because I wanted to learn about it and find out what it was. And so I really did a lot of watching last year. So I'm excited to be a participant, not just a spectator. Although I enjoyed spectating last year.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of gardening through the years. My mom was an avid gardener. She loved to garden. I do not have her green thumb.
Yeah. My mom tried that before, and she could get stuff growing, but it wasn't the same. I don't think she was doing it properly. But at the same time, you got to I know that you got to put as much effort into it to get the same amount of results out of it.
Yossi has a second channel. If you guys have not went and subscribed, he has a whole nother channel just for gardening. So it's Yossi, the Israeli concrete gardener. So he's going to garden on this channel and cook on the other channel. So Go over and subscribe. Make sure you're on both his channels. Hey, Gardener Josh, you can come on up if you need the link. I couldn't get it up. I couldn't get into my Facebook on the computer today, so I can post the link here if you want to come up. So, but yeah, I am really excited. Really excited. This is my seed collection. I've got it mostly organized now. This is just the ones I'm planting this year, I should say, not my whole seed library.
Yeah, I got something about that, about the same amount. I got it because I buy enough for like this year and then next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's some new seeds I want to buy, like Brussels sprouts and some other stuff I've run out of that I gotta get this year. So try some new stuff too.
And not all of this is for the garden. Some of this is for the food forest, and some of this is for my bees. There's a lot of flowers in here. So, and I don't know that I'll plant everything, but it's
they got more than enough flowers that I don't need to be adding any.
Yeah, I always plant more flowers for my bees. At one point I had 4 hives, and I'm down to 1, I think. We'll see if it made it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of sad.
I had one on 4
hives. Yeah, I need to keep 4 hives at my property to keep my farmer status. I'm legally a bee farmer, so I need to keep the 4 hives at the property. So if I don't have 4, I'm going to have to buy hives again this year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I had one on my shed there, and every time I'd go open the door and stuff, they'd get angry and start stinging me. So I had to kill them.
No, you didn't have bees. You had hornets. That's not bees.
Oh, okay, well,
that's not bees. Those are, pardon my expression, assholes with wings. Those are not bees. People call them bees, and then honeybees get a bad rap. Bees are honeybees, or they're bumblebees. They are not, and wild bees do not make hives on houses. Those are hornets. They're not even in the same category. They're horrible things.
Yeah, I learned something new today.
Yep. Beekeepers hate it when people call them bees because then people kill honeybees thinking they're harmful when it's really the hornets that are the harmful things.
Oh, I don't, hey, heavens forbid I kill bees or hornets or whatever else, right? But when I'm going into my shed and I'm getting stung, you know what I mean? Something's got to be done about it.
It's open season here on hornets. Hornets and wasps is open season here on those things. But
yeah.
I like to keep our natural pollinators happy. So I plant all of our native bees and my honeybees a lot of food, so they don't have to compete with each other for food.
Oh yeah. Bees make your fruit trees, whatever else you got growing, you know, that's their job.
That was the mistake I made the first year I gardened. I was gardening and I had flowers, but I didn't get any fruit on anything. I didn't get any vegetables. I didn't get anything, and I'm looking around going, where's the pollinators? I didn't have any pollinators. So that was the first year I went and got bees. My grandfather kept bees. My much older brother kept bees. And so I was very comfortable having bees. And so I went and got a hive, and then it blossomed into 4 hives. And with 4 hives, I'm considered a farm here in Michigan. So that is my main crop, is my 4 beehives. But they did not winter well last year, and they didn't winter well this year. Hey, Gil.
How's it going?
Hey, Gil.
Good.
How's that indoor garden coming along?
Changing things around again, fixing things up. Had to go back in and get some more potting mix so I could pot some more stuff.
Yeah, I bring in a whole bunch of my garden soil, not into the house, but I put them in 5-gallon pails, and I'll have usually like 2 or 3 in the house at the same time
Well, I got a lot
to
more than
save.
that. I'm using 15-gallon pails.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, well, I put them when I do it. I start them in egg cartons and then transplant them to the containers that you'd buy from the store when they sell the plants or whatever in the stores, or yogurt containers or whatever other containers I can muster up from the year, right?
Yeah. I have I just started out in some big 3-inch pots, special pots I have for it, reuse them, and it works really good. I have 100 so far. I've had 100% germination.
Nice.
Yeah.
Before you came in, I planted my microgreens.
Whoa.
That was today's project.
Cool.
They're in a
Yeah, I got a
they're in an
90%
aquarium.
germination.
Let's
Yeah,
see who else
I got
is
a
here.
I got a 90% germination, and then when I transplant them, it's 50-50 from there.
Yeah.
From the egg cartons to the
I'm skipping that
plastic
step this year.
containers.
I'm not gonna do a lot of transplanting. I'm only gonna transplant once.
Yeah,
I
well,
find
I'm
I lose
thinking
too
that.
many when I outpot.
Yeah, I'm thinking that next year when I do the egg card into the plastic, because I'm noticing when I do lose them, they go through the bottoms of the egg cartons. So instead of breaking the root, just plant it, like take the egg carton piece, right? Put one seed per egg carton, and then just plant it into the plastic container and leave it like that. Because you can put egg cartons right. Yeah, that you can put. I put egg cartons right into the soil of my dirt.
Yeah, the problem we found with the egg cartons, because the paper fiber is so compact to hold it together, the roots can't get through it sometimes, and it stunts them for a while till the roots finally get through.
Yeah.
I'm sowing everything in the winter sow method this year, and then I'll transplant it from there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because basically what I took a 30-gallon barrel, cut it in half, turn it into 2 pots, and then when I got all these barrels and stuff from this pig farmer that was retiring, and did a video on that, and he had a couple of them that were 30-gallon barrels that were cut vertically, so it's kind of like a long planter, and I got one of those in there.
I've seen them where they take those, Gil, and they put 4 holes in the thing on the ends, and they hang them.
Yeah. Well, I have it sitting on the shelf system. I got to redo the video. I started film on it because my my Kindle, when you have it one way, it does a full wide screen. You use it on the other side, because I can't both ways. It squares it up, and it's like, so that aspect won't work. So I'm just gonna redo it with my regular camera, just make sure I gotta make sure the refrigerator in the kitchen's unplugged, because when it kicks on, it causes the microphone to give it from the radio. Yeah. So, but I'm gonna get that done today. But I've got I planted last night. I planted 4 Grand Rapid lettuce, 2 basil, and what was the other thing? Oh, and 1 rainbow chard.
Ooh, nice.
And so the rainbow chard is going to go in a 5-gallon bucket, but the basil are going to go. One is going to go. Each of the ones that the tomatoes are going in, the 15-gallon ones that turned upside down.
Yeah, because they love each other, tomatoes and basil.
Yeah. And I don't need to plant a borage with it because there's no tomato hornworm moths around to lay there indoors. So
Right. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Kids leave the door open, you might have a problem.
Well, we never saw any last year either.
Oh, nice.
Either even the ones I didn't plant the basil near. I mean the borage near. And my daughter didn't plant any borage around hers, and she didn't see any hornworms either last year at all. They just may not like the temperatures up here.
Maybe. I don't like the temperatures over there either.
Well,
And
I mean,
I'm from Michigan.
Well, actually, yeah, this year was the coldest year, that since we bought the properties up here. But yesterday it was in the 40s yesterday, and the day before it reached 50.
Well, it's 43 here today. We got your yesterday's weather. We get your weather a day later.
Yeah. Let me see here. See what it says it is out there right now. It says it's up. It's climbing. It says it's at 32 and 10% chance of snow today.
Oh. Well, today is supposed to be really nice. I'm going to go out and clean my van out. I got a bunch of stuff in my van I need to reorganize, and clean out. And a few pizza boxes from my son's snacks.
Yeah, it's supposed to get to like +3, then +11 and rain, and then +2 or 3 for like the next week.
Yeah.
Hi, Rems, Family Farm. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, love it when it's March time. Well, spring fever kicks in. The cabin fever kicks in. Got to get outside, do something.
Yeah, I went to Sam's Club yesterday. They they usually have a pallet of their Members Mark potting mix, which doesn't have all the crap in it that Super Soil does. And so I went to get one. I've gotten one 2 weeks earlier. Go up there and they're gone. I talked to them. Oh yeah, they were gone within a couple of days. We should be getting another one here in a couple of weeks. And it's like I only go up there every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yossi's taunting us because he's just found out he can grow year-round everything he wants.
All right, Yogi, here's your challenge. I want you to get a tomato plant to turn it into so it just keeps on growing so it doesn't die off in the fall. That's the challenge. Get a tomato plant to grow year-round. Yeah, unfortunately, my place in California is right in the heart of the socialist communist headquarters there, with UC Berkeley about 20 miles away, or as the common sense people call it, UC Berkeley.
Well, here's what the valedictorian from my graduating class went to Berkeley. You know why he went to Berkeley?
Why?
Because they had the best drugs there.
Yeah.
That's a raving, no pun intended, statement for them. But that's, wasn't an endorsement for me.
No. Yeah. And People's Park, a couple blocks away from it, is still a drug haven.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it hasn't gotten any better, but Yeah, we're Fahrenheit, but Lewis is Celsius. Gil and I are in the United States.
Everything. It's done differently, always.
Yeah. You guys converted to the
some days I would be the same.
Yeah, and if I think it was President Van Buren, if he hadn't signed that little piece of paper authorizing the use of the metric system in the United States, nothing in the United States would be allowed to be metric. Imports could not be metric.
Yeah.
Yeah, I when it comes to I can do a little.
That would have changed everything, because I don't think the world would have went to metric if he hadn't gave him a foot in the door.
Yeah, it wouldn't have, because but here's something that's weird. Even still today, over in Europe, where they're all metric and everything, ball bearings are still measured in thousandths of an inch because it's more accurate.
Yeah,
True.
I hate the fact, like I do. a little bit of mechanical and stuff like that. 20 millimeters, fractions, the centimeters, inches. It's like, holy crow, pick one and stick with it.
Wilson wants to know if he can do that with dwarf tomatoes, if it's okay, because he's got a pad. Remember, he's planting on a patio, Gil. He can't do indeterminate.
Yeah, I know. He's wondering if you can make dwarf tomatoes. You can actually buy them already done, set up for dwarf. You're trying to force a dwarf tomato. Probably take a lot of work doing pruning and stuff on it, almost like doing a bonsai tree.
Yeah, I think dwarf tomatoes, if you buy a true dwarf tomato, it will grow year-round in your climate.
Yeah.
Here, the frost kills them. They grow year-round here if we didn't have frost.
Yeah. Yeah. So I may have to see if I can find a dwarf Roma tomato. If these others get too big in the house and I can't keep them to the right size.
Garden State Gardener has a lot of dwarf tomatoes he gives out on his wheel on Sundays. So you might want to ask him what varieties he's found that are dwarf. And maybe that'll give you some names of what to look for.
Yeah. But my wife wants me to start doing some Romas because they're better for canning, I guess, for making sauce.
When you blanch a Roma tomato to make sauce and you squeeze it, the whole inside just comes out in one big glob and the skin. So it's one motion to make sauce with the Romas, where the other tomatoes, you got to do a lot of peeling and it's messy.
And the other thing I got to talk to my wife about getting is a better dehydrator so we can dehydrate a bunch of tomatoes and powder it.
I want an Excalibur. If I could have any dehydrator, I want an Excalibur. But I think I've given up on the dehydrator and I'm saving for a freeze dryer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a dehydrator. It was a Wally Mart one and one of the cheaper ones. And I've maybe a year and a half, close to 2 years, and it's still going.
Yeah. Well, the one we had, the big one we have was my mom's, and she had it before Chris and I got married, and we got married 35 years ago. So it's about 40 years old. And the heating element in it finally went out.
Well, if I had to buy a new one and I could afford it, I'd get an Excalibur because it's the square and you don't have that hole in the center that makes the mess. You can actually do sheets of fruit roll-ups for the kids.
Yeah.
Without the mess of them spilling and stuff and tipping out. So if I had to do it again, I had the square one, but it still has a hole in the center.
My dehydrator I normally use for about a week every month. So that's when I do my grocery shopping. And when I do my gardening, I probably be using it for about a month or two straight. And then I started doing my dehydrating of vegetables when I do that in my grocery mall. So it'll probably be about 2 weeks every month that I'll be dehydrating. Yeah.
The one I was looking at here. The one I was looking at, there was a lot of people talking about it. The Magic Mill, it's a 7-tray one. It was on sale for $139. It's still on sale, but it's $159 now instead of its normal price is $199. But it's got stainless steel trays. It's square. The fan's in the back. It blows back to front on it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's the same design than the Excalibur.
Yeah, it basically is. It's almost completely square. It's 15 inches wide, 19 inches deep on the outside. So I got dimensions on the trays. The trays look square, but if I remember right, someone said that they're a quarter inch off of being square. So you got to make sure you turn it the right way to stick it in.
Put it in. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that because the one we have, that was my mom's, is rectangular long and fans in the back. So Your trays can only go in obviously one way because it's about 4 inches, 5 inches.
So you've
longer.
never had to deal with the stupid stacking the stacking ones. That's
We
what
have
I-
we have a
that's what
couple
I've
of those
I hate
too.
those.
She
I
has
haven't
one.
been-
Yeah, she has one that she got from her mother, which was just a. In fact, I think the one that has no it's supposed to be set outside, but has no fan on it. The other one has a fan on the bottom, blows up, but it really doesn't blow enough. Not no, I scratched that. It doesn't have a fan on it. It has a heating element. It's supposed to, convection. You do it, but what we did, we got some of those little laptop fans you put your laptop on, and we set that on and it just blew up, and so it's blowing the air up, and it worked really great.
I need one of those in mine. So it would dry them a lot faster.
Yeah. I shoot. Let me see. Check something here. Orders. Because I use, every time I have like 3 or 4 laptops, and I have the pads on it. My sons have laptops, and so we have the fans on them and stuff. And they usually last about 3-4 years before, running constantly before the fans give up. And where is it? I just bought another. Okay. Invoice. I got one back in December for $13.99.
See,
And
the problem I have is when I use the ones with the heating element in the bottom and the heat rises, I'm using them so constantly at certain points in the season that the plastic trays get real brittle and then they break.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, hang on a second here, because I haven't installed this one. I got it to use. I haven't put it in yet. This is it.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. It has legs on it for a laptop, but you don't have to use it. And it's USB power, but you can get the USB adapters for phones, and you just plug it into that, and it runs it. So this is I said this is $13.99.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, if people did like you, Gil, didn't have some brains, people like me wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, there's I just actually that was my wife's idea. She was mad about it, and then I was just I was back in California, and I had the fan unit I had left there. So when I take my laptop back there, it's already there on my desk. And she saw it. She goes, "I'm going to take this," and she snagged it. It's like, okay, let me order another one here. But yeah, because I've been thinking about using some of those on a solar dehydrator. Anthony at Palmetto Prepared built one. Well, I figured, okay, since it's out there in the sun, get one of those small little solar panels from Harbor Freight, and then hook up the adapter to run the USB off of it, because they have them like cigarette lighter adapters. You plug it in, you plug your USB into it, charge it, just hook that up to the solar panel, and it'll keep the air flowing. Besides the solar heating everything up.
Nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice. I need to build a solar dehydrator, but the problem is we don't get enough sun at the right time for me to do it. And when we do get enough sun, it's too cold to do it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Anthony's down there in North Carolina. Was it South Carolina?
They would have the sun and the temp at the same time.
Yeah, that's I like the fact that Idaho is a quote totally free state. In other words, you open carry, no permit; concealed carry, no permit. All the other fun stuff that the Constitution says we're supposed to have. Unlike California, where they're taking all the rights away from the citizens and giving them to the illegal aliens.
Yeah.
And yes, I said it. They're illegal aliens. They are not undocumented. They're illegal here.
It is illegal to be here undocumented.
Yeah,
Fact,
exactly.
point in fact. Sorry, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know, we have a huge, huge population of people that migrated here legally. And I have a great respect for people that want to come here legally and live here legally. And I went to a lot of people who were in that transition from undocumented to legal. But, you know, I don't want to open my border and just let anybody walk through. I want people to be a little screened, you know?
Yeah. We will let Yossi come in, especially if he gets hooked up with Sherry's one daughter there.
Hey, I told Yossi I was going to find him a nice Jewish girl.
Yeah.
I don't think it comes any nicer than somebody related to Sherry.
Yeah. Yeah. I just, you know, you should have jumped. I used both my channels and played during the night, so you should hours.
I jumped 50 hours this morning. So hi Terry, if you want to come up, there's a link. I am now at 349 hours and counting down every single hour. But it rolls over in the afternoon for me. It doesn't roll over at night. So sometimes it rolls over twice a day. Like it rolled over last night when I got up this morning at 6. It had rolled over some more hours. But at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, sometimes if it hasn't rolled over at night, it rolls over at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They're doing weird things with me right now.
And I noticed that on the weekends it takes longer for the stuff to cycle.
Yeah.
Because you know it's really weird. I guess there's nobody in there pushing. Oh, cycle.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The guy they were having doing the math was subtracting when they were supposed to be adding. So I don't think the minion pushing the button quite knows what to do either.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to be there. I've probably got to do a few more pop-up lives and get that. But the other day I was in the middle of a pop-up live and they cut me off. I couldn't get back into it, and I didn't want to start another one because I only had 5 minutes to go anyway. So
there's and I'm debating. I put up a question thing on my for my community tab, and I only got a couple responses on it. But I'm gonna have to talk about it on Monday about doing a members thing and finding out what people want and so let me pull it up here. Put it over here and open up. Go back to the community way because it was back there a little bit. Where was it? Because I've been putting the links for my lives out there because it gets people into it a little bit quicker. And where that was that one. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. It was a month ago. That's when I put it up, and ask, what do you want? What do people want for it? Should it just be one level or 2 levels? Because some channels have like 3 or 4 levels. You get more stuff on, and I put another question in there. Would you pay a higher price if I got the staff sergeant to do a members only video of her garden and such? What would it be worth if she did that once or twice a month?
We want to meet her.
Yeah. Well, there are 2 videos out there with her in them from year and a half ago when she did the tour of tour of the front yard and the backyard in California.
Okay, I'll have to look for those.
And she's talking about all the different plants, and when you're looking at it, you also got to check the comments from her, because some stuff she goes, I can't remember what this one's called. And after I put it up, she was commenting, all right, this one's called, this is the one at this time is this plant. This one's that plant. So how you doing, Terry?
I shifted.
Hello. Don't mind me, I'm still barely awake. I'm getting my coffee.
So you had some big news this week.
Yeah, I got my driver's permit this week. I've had a lot going on in the last month. Like Darren came over, I got engaged, got my driver's permit. So yeah, I've had a lot going on in the last month.
So
Getting that permit.
Are you going to move there, or is he going to move here?
Oh no, he's moving over here.
He's coming here.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff we gotta go through. Just to get.
We really lost Lewis. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Just to get him to be able to move over here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a lot. So, yeah, he'll be coming back in like 6-7 months. And then he gets to go back and then work on moving over here.
Nice.
But there's a lot of things that have to be done on both sides to get him over here.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that when someone wants to move over here, they don't count. The United States doesn't count money they have.
Yeah.
I don't think he should let my hair care.
He could always do it.
The
Gavin Newsom way, and just.
No, he's not going to do it the illegal way, and he has said that every time someone said it. He's not going to do that. That's not
giving
him.
all this money to the illegals to vote to register to be Democrats.
He has said it numerous times. He's not going to do it the illegal way to a country he loves.
I think they've already figured out he's not.
Yeah.
A Democrat. That's all. I shouldn't. We cannot get political. We can. This is the garden.
Sorry.
But it's crazy. It's like any money he has over there doesn't count. He has to get permission to work when he moves over here.
Yeah.
And we don't know how long that's going to take.
Yeah.
We don't know if he can do his knife making after he moves over here. If he can, is he going to be able to sell it?
Yeah. Something else to consider too is getting a student visa, then get married while he's here, and then can't.
No.
Nope.
Because if you come to the United States with intent to marry, without going through the legal way, they can deport you and ban you from coming back to the United States.
And if
I'm not having my man get banned.
And if you get married before you come here, they can still reject your spouse because my best friend, her son was adopted. He was of Hispanic descent originally, so he was always fascinated with things from Mexico and that kind of stuff. So he went to Mexico and became an English teacher in Mexico. Married his wife in Mexico. They lived in Mexico. She could not get a visa to come to Michigan to meet his parents.
Yeah.
She couldn't even get a visitor's visa, even though
he has to. Yeah, it's crazy like that. He's got to apply for a K-1 visa, or one of us do. It's called a K-1 fiance visa. He can visit on it.
I don't know how Ben did it, but he had a house up in Arizona, and he lived up here in Canada, and he was able to go back and forth for a bit there to spend some time there and to get the dual citizenship. And they got divorced, and he was starting to go out to Arizona for the winter. They got married, and through that time, he got dual citizenship. And I don't know how, the whole process of it, but he's living up there full time now.
Yeah, it depends on the your country of origin and the country you're going into about getting dual citizenship. Yeah. I know, Bob, his wife, was born in the Philippines, has Philippine citizenship, and when she came over here, she was able to get American citizenship, but retain her Philippine citizenship. She's got dual, but for him to go over there, to get Philippine citizenship, he has to renounce the United States citizenship.
No, don't do that.
And he's not going to do that.
Yeah. It's like with the K1 fiance visa Darren gets, he can visit on it, but when he moves over here, when he moves over here, we've got 90 days to get married when he moves over. In order for him to do any kind of put in for citizenship over here, he's got to live here. It's like 3 or 5 years before he can put in for citizenship here. But he's gonna have the dual.
Yeah.
It's crazy because he has to put in to get permission to fly back to see his family. And if I'm correct, he can put in for the work permission to work and the permission to fly back, because if there's an emergency, he wants to be able to fly back and be there for his kids.
Right.
Which I completely understand. I would too.
I don't know if I could leave my grandbaby.
Yeah, my dad.
I know, but that's why they can video chat anytime. He does videos. He does it mainly for her and his kids to see him. So.
Yeah, I don't know if my dad needs to apply for that permission to work thing or whatever. He doesn't have to worry about it. He's retired. He's been retired for like 10 years now. So.
It's crazy. It's just there's just so much stuff you have to do to go through to be over here.
Well, yeah. Well, the biggest thing I found, and don't get me wrong, but the 9/11 thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That happened out in New York, 8 Towers. That has a big thing to do with it. I think the whole world had to take a look at that.
And we're getting back to political, and we're not going to do anything political. Hey, Abby. Hi.
Well,
Hi, Abby.
I'm actually writing stuff down.
You're going to plan.
Well, I always plan, but I don't. Like I plan what I'm going to do, but I don't write down what I did. This is going to be my in construction. This would be my as built, as it actually happened. So but this is going to be more of a diary of when I planned it and what happened, so I can plan better for next year.
I went out this week and counted. I didn't know how many beds and how many of the big containers I had. I actually had to go out and count because I don't know if I told this story about that, but I was on Facebook Marketplace looking, and this guy wanted to get rid of those big feed tubs. Well, I wanted to do some of those feed tubs like Arms Family Homestead. I can't think of his friend, the elderly gentleman that has a channel.
Leon.
Yeah, Leon.
Garden, like gardening with Leon. I wanted those big tubs. Well, we don't have them around here.
Yeah.
Those mineral tubs are not common around here.
Yeah, you can't find them around here either. Farmers, they hold on to them.
Well, that's right. They don't leave the farm. Well, this gentleman had a whole bunch of them, plus he'd cut barrels in half, and then the barrels sort of collapsed on themselves, so he made those dividers, which are perfect for knowing I'm going to plant 4 plants in there and it's already divided out.
Right.
Well, I got out there with a little S10 and was going to have to pick all those buckets up and put them in the back of that S10 and haul them 5 miles to my place. And he looks at my setup and he goes, "That's not going to work." So he let me take his trailer and his 2000 or 20,021 brand new Dodge pickup.
Ooh.
He took me on the first load, made sure I had turnaround space, And then he loaned me his entire setup and gave me everything out of his garden. So I get there and I'm loading it on his trailer. I'm like, I called my daughter. I'm like, there's way more here than what I can do by myself. So she comes out with my kids and my sons, and she's like, why are you loading it on this trailer? You borrowed my truck. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm driving this one. And she goes, do you know this guy? And I said, nope, never met him before in my life. Wonderful man. Wonderful man. He just wanted it all cleaned up so that they could put the house on the market. He didn't want a raised bed garden in the yard during selling his house to move to warmer weather. So I have everything. I just hauled it to my place and set it down because I wasn't able to garden last year. So now I've got to put everything where I want it. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, but you got really lucky with that. I would love to have that. I just need a big enough place.
It was such a blessing. It was so wonderful to be blessed by him like that.
Oh yeah.
And to let
it's
me
like
borrow
this
his trailer that was only this high off the ground as opposed to trying to put it in the back of an S10.
Well, it's like this year I'm doing something new with my gardening. And I ain't saying what it is because the video hasn't come out yet. It's coming out later today. But this weekend I got moved my chickens behind their chicken coop and turn their coop. And but the things that I'm doing with my garden, I'm keeping a notebook and writing down what I have in that section, how it does, things I'm adding to it. And with the other part of my garden, I'm going to be writing down what I have where and in my barrels. The plan is to try and get some more food grade barrels and cut them in half so I can put food in that, grow stuff in that too. So I only have, 2 half barrels left and that are empty that I can plant in, and then I won't have any more barrels. I need more barrels.
I feel you.
Well, when we were down in Georgia, Shane has 3 fig trees on his property. He goes, we don't eat figs. I said, you could do so much with figs. You can make fig jam, you can make fig Newton cookies, you could do all kinds of things. They're delicious. And he goes, you can take whatever cuttings you got. So I got 15 cuttings off his 3 fig trees. I don't know what kind of figs they are. If they all do good, some of the cuttings are going to go up to Boone, up in North Carolina. And I might take some up to Bobby Jean and Michael too. But I'm going to have a bunch of fig cuttings.
Oh, that's perfect. LP, I have not seen the Seed to Spoon app, but I'm going to go check that out. And thanks for coming in.
Oh, I've used that before. It's a nice app.
Too. I'll go check those out. I'm all about the gardening channels this year.
No, it's an app you can put on your phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I had it on my phone.
I had it on my other phone.
My phone only takes pictures, sends text messages, and makes phone calls. That's all it does.
You got an older phone.
No, everything else was all internet was disabled on it.
Ah.
Before I left DHS, GPS has been disabled. All internet access has been disabled. All tracking on it has been disabled and spoofed. Because even when I use the cell tower, you try to trace it, it goes to another cell. It says it's at another cell tower.
Okay.
That's okay as long as you don't need 911.
Yeah.
I call 911. I tell them, all right, this is my address.
Yeah.
Yeah, LP. Yeah, I had it on my other phone a couple years ago. I just gotta get it on this phone.
I will go check that out after this. Thank you. If I can get my son to give me my phone.
I was there last year with this one. I bought this brand new last year because my other one just went and died. Was it last year? No, year before. And my son, his best friend ended up getting food poisoning, and he lives 2 doors down. He couldn't come out of his house for a week and a half. I never saw my phone. I think I maybe in a week and a half I had it in my hands for maybe a total of 2 hours.
Yeah. He loves it. Right now, his phone, he has a old phone of mine, and his phone is broken. It can't do anything with the voice. So no voice to text and no making TikTok videos. So he's crippled without those.
My sons, I'm upgrading my sons. I got him a new phone last year, and Monday going to school it was like October, November. He accidentally dropped it, and he had dropped it a few times before that, and it was fine. Well, it hit face down, and it just happened to hit like a little pebble in the road, and it cracked the whole screen.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's getting a new one.
LP, to answer your question, I did a video on the 10 best peppers to grow for canning and why I like those 10 for different canning things. And then I have a lot of pepper canning videos and fermenting peppers and making hot sauce. I have a whole playlist. I should put them all in one playlist. I was working on that today, getting ready for Sherry and Daryl are coming back on Monday. And
yeah, I know.
Channel on the wheel, I better have it Daryl ready. So I was working on my playlist, making sure all my playlists have descriptions, making sure I had thumbnails. But I have quite a few canning videos. I have them here, actually. I will show you what I have for peppers.
Oh, this year for the peppers I'm doing this year, I'm going to grow jalapenos, not jalapenos. Because I want to make cowboy candy that's not spicy.
Yeah.
I'm my son, so watch it. Because Angela down at 3 Creek Farms, she doesn't like spicy food. She won't eat it. So I want to get jalapenos and make some cowboy candy out of that so that she can eat.
I am doing cayenne peppers because I like to slip these into my pickles and my pickled bologna and anything other things I'm pickling. I slip one pepper in to make it hot. So I got those. To pickle peppers, I got the pepperoncinis to just do peppers for like on salads. I like the pepperoncinis.
Are those spicy at all?
Not really. They're kind of like
okay.
If you really don't like spicy, you could do the banana peppers and pickle the banana pepper rings.
Yeah. I'm going to be doing those too.
I'm doing the grande, Craig's grande jalapeno. It's a large jalapeno. I do a lot of salsa and I need a lot of pickled jalapeno slices. So I pickle these. I'm doing King of the North for like canning. Also in my salsa, and for anything I need a large green sweet pepper for. And then I have a couple others I might try. Ozark Giant. I have a Trinidad Scorpion. I want to take my hot sauce up a notch. So we're doing some scorpion peppers in our hot sauce. And I grabbed a habanero, but I don't know. And then what else do I have here? That's the same. Oh, I did get a Cubanelle to grill. So these peppers I'll pickle and I'll grill.
Those are delicious, the Cubanelles.
Yeah. So that's sort of my pepper plan. Give or take a few things, but I'm trying to go a step up. All these pepper people, Jimmy Pickles Peppers, Garden State Gardener Joe, Operation Matt at Operation Capsaicin. They're all eating these peppers, and I'm watching them eat them. My son likes all these hot, spicy things, and so I have really been trying and inspired by these people to kick it up a notch. I may regret this.
I'm looking at Dig tried to type something in, and it came out so totally goofy.
Oh yeah.
And they put in there, he thinks his keyboard.
Yeah, it came out all messed up. I saw that.
Hey, Cosmic Cultivators, there's a link if you want to come up.
But Tammy, Tammy, when you put that app in your phone, Seed to Spoon, this is what it's going to look like on your phone when it goes into it. And it has a list of all kinds of stuff on there.
Oh,
It's got
cool.
all kinds of stuff.
I will arm wrestle my son and get my phone back. Maybe for a minute. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's not his day on the computer. The boys trade days off, and so it's not his day on the computer. So
yeah.
In the middle of the yard.
Understandable, Chris. Understandable. Or Gina.
Okay, my mommy is like.
So.
Hey.
Yeah, watch your mouth today.
Well, I got a new toy.
You did.
New camera.
Yeah.
GoPro.
Yeah, so I can just put it on my shirt when I go in the grocery stores.
Okay.
Ooh. Send me the link for that.
All right. Actually, I'll just put it in the chat here to everybody, and then you can grab it really quick. Where's my? No, wrong one. I got to do it this way. So, come on.
But yeah, I want to get a GoPro this year, so this way I can have more than one camera to record on and see how I can do that.
GoPro here, said I found on cheap.
Okay.
What kind of GoPro is yours?
This isn't a GoPro. This is a body cam. And
Okay.
it's $31.99 right now.
Ooh.
That ain't bad.
And it does audio. Okay, there, and then so. And there it is in the chat. Oh wait, I don't have a wrench. It may not show up. Dang it.
Oh, I can't because I'm not.
Hang on. Let me do it differently. I can put it in the private chat though. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and then she can copy it and put it in chat.
Right. Yeah. There we go. And yeah, it won't go in there because I don't have a blue wrench.
I gotta fix that, Gil. Sorry.
Yeah.
And every time I do that, I'm not on the right thing to do it.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm going to stay off for.
And
so I can make it.
But
what?
So Tammy, you're on your computer or on the phone right now?
I'm on my computer on StreamYard. Okay. I gotta get into. Give me a minute and I'll get into. There we go. It might echo for a second.
It ain't bad to get all that.
Oh, you're stuck. Oh. Delete that.
All right, now I can. Just give me a second for the chat to come up. But so slow.
Yeah.
That's
a nice little camera.
Gil, type something so I can find you. The one that needs a wrench.
Okay, hang on. Let me go back here.
Child.
Yes, yes, Abby, I am doing Shed Wars.
Child.
I'm not this year.
There it is.
I got too much stuff on my plate right now.
Oh, ow, ow, ow.
Is that one of the metal bits?
You have a wrench now.
The toolbox I have.
Have you shared
that one thing Dad had?
There? Yeah, I got the thing to share.
Okay, there we go.
That's it. And you know, it's got the it has a strap so you can actually use it as a remote cam. But yeah, it's got all the information on it, and it's stuff there.
I'm going to have to go check that out. I may have to buy myself a late birthday present if my paycheck ever comes.
Yeah.
Almost 4 weeks late.
It's lightweight. It's small on the back here. Let me go ahead and stop sharing now. Boom. There we go. On the back, the clip on it rotates. So I can clip it so it sits this way, or I can rotate it, and clip it so it goes on my shirt, or I could probably, if I'm working on something down below, down here on the desk, I could clip it here and it'll film whatever I got right down here in front of me.
Oh, that'll be perfect.
I like that.
Perfect for me when I'm cooking. If I put a hat on, I could.
Yeah, except because the angle of the brim,
for my crocheting too.
I'm gonna have to pop the brim up so it aims up a little bit. But yeah, it's because I like it because it's just a spring loaded on the back, but and you can it has everyone it just clicks every spot here, so you pick the right angle to be at.
I want that. I want one of those.
Oh, no.
I can see a lot of things. Or when I'm out in the garden working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my mom to finish helping me set up my laptop there, so that I can record at the same time. So every time you see me right now, I'm on my cell phone, and all my videos that you see on my channel up till now are with my cell phone, and you can obviously see some of them, right, when I go to show stuff, right? But yeah, when I go to do my garden, I don't want my cell phone in there. I've been through 5 already, and most of them, this is the longest time I've had a cell phone for now. Doing the lumberjack stuff, I had that field truck. I had to go change the oil for some unforsaken reason, and so I had the hood up, and I had the cell phone right where where the grill is and the lights are. It was sitting there because I just had made a phone call. I slammed the hood down on it. I've run over with one of them. My very first dog chewed on 2 of them. The last one I had is still upstairs, but I had to get and the one I got now because of the upgrades, and they got through my cell phone provider. They're offering me for another one for more upgrades or a newer phone because of 5G, but what do you do, right? This one still works good.
Yeah. I'm not ready to go to 5G yet, although I think my phone did anyway.
I'll be right back, Tammy.
Okay.
Like I don't know how it'll work. Like I live in the country, right, where everybody and their mother's got a cell phone, and very few people might have a landline. So how's that going to work? You know what I mean? That's my thought on it.
To answer LP's question, it's very variable. I am doing Chicago pickling. If I pick them very small, I'm obviously not going to get as many as if I wait until they're more of a slicer size and do that size. So it's really hard for me to give you an answer on that. Yeah. And this will be the first year I've grown them to pickle. I usually buy 2 bushels at the farmer's market, one of the smaller pickles, one of the bigger cucumbers for making bread and butter pickles. So I can't really answer that, but I hope to get two bushel is what I put up for pickles. So I don't know if the package.
My mom said to me. My mom said to me, "You seen how many mason jars I got, right? Both filled and not filled." She goes, "Aren't you a little obsessive about this?" I go, "No, because look at the prices now. Seriously, right? Like, look at the prices now. I can start now rotating what I need to buy at the grocery mall, right?" And I said to her, you buy 4 fruits, right? And you decide to can them, right? And you figure I use the 250 milliliters for my fruits. Figure 365 days of the year. I eat 1. You want 2. You're gonna need almost 6, 7, just over 800 of them. You want 4. You keep adding that 365 days to it, right?
Yes.
You know?
Or if you want to eat it once a month, you need 12 jars put up. If you want to eat it once a week, you need 52 jars of that put up.
Yeah, and then she kind of thought, kind of got a point there, you know what I mean? I make my own soups and chilies and stews, right? I make 12 in a batch or try to get a full 12 out of it, right? Still, even at that, I got like 5 or 6 soups sitting in there, right? You know, it adds up. Add the chili and the stew,
Just
you
do
know.
it one small batch at a time, and pretty soon you'll have a nice pantry built up. Cosmic Cultivators answered the question, though, for her. LP Cosmic Cultivator said we had a dozen cucumber plants last year and got about 8 gallons of pickles. So there's 2 quarts or 4 quarts in a gallon, and there's 2 pints in a quart. So that kind of answers your question. You do the math, because my coffee is too cold for me to do math.
That's 32 quarts or 64 pints.
Thank you.
Or 128 half pints. Yeah, I know I'm being a smart aleck.
That's okay. Yeah. I invited you because you're good at the geeky math, Gil.
Yeah. Just convert it over to liters.
Oh, hell no.
No.
Hey, here's the problem. There is an adage. Give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Well, the metric people we gave them an inch, and they took kilometers instead.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in, Chris Clever Craft.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. My dad, when he living out in Arizona, he told me he bought his first American vehicle, right? And he's always had Canadian vehicles, so you got the kilometers on top of the miles. And when he bought the American car, the miles were on top of the kilometers. For like the first couple of months, he was always getting speeding tickets, right? And he goes, I'm from Canada, man. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? He says, and then because he was being truthful and doing what he needed to do with the cops, right? They let him off a little bit, but they still like, I'm sorry, we have to, you know what I mean? We can't just allow it, right?
Yeah.
LP, I have not done the sour gherkin cucamelons, but I hear they do pickle up nicely. They pickle whole, just like you do the little cucumbers. And yes, that's right. Gil said 64, and that is more than a jar a week. If I would let my kids, they would eat a quart of pickles every day. But I can't do 364 quarts. Yeah. That's just too much work for me to do.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get pick up enough quart bottles or canning jars, enough jars, so that I can have go through 2 jars a day for meals if we can, whether it's tomato sauce, chili, whatever it is, so we can, so that we'll be able to have 2 years worth of, or have 1 year's worth of food. So we'll have lunches and dinners in a quart.
Yes.
All set up to work off of whatever else, pasta, whatever else we're going to add to it. But
I usually use the quart, like the 1 liters.
I gotta interrupt just a second. Yeah. You guys hold the fort down. I am gonna go warm up my coffee. I can't live like this.
Okay.
I'll be back.
I guess the 1 liters are your quarts there, and I put all my soups and sauces and stuff like that into there. Spaghetti. Once I redo it, I just put it in a vacuum seal bags, right? Because I used either the frozen vegetables or the milk bags, right? The 1.5 liters, and just freeze it after that with the pasta in it. Because I get more, like when you add the pasta to a 1 liter, it's just become 2 liters in one guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eating all that.
And what we've been doing is when I was working and stuff, I was taking sandwiches to work, and would go from either Walmart or Lucky's and get the prepackaged lunch meat in a little plastic container, and we save those containers. Yeah. And so, like, when we have leftovers, we make a bunch of spaghetti. We put in those, because one of those is good for one person. We'll just put a bunch of those up and then either toss them in the fridge or toss it in the freezer, depending how long we need to have it for. And those are really great. Anti-froze. If you have this that in the freezer, toss it in the freezer, and you go to work, you just pull it out, and it's frozen still. You take it to work, and by the time you get to work at lunchtime, it's pretty much defrosted, and you just toss it in the microwave. You reheat your spaghetti.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like if I'm gonna have a lunch, I pull out what I made from the pasta that I canned, right? The pasta sauce, and have it for lunch. Yeah, sometimes.
And the one thing I'm going to have to learn how to do once we get going with all our canning and stuff is how to make a good relish. For some reason, I've turned into a relish snob. I've tried all the different ones. Some of them from the stores, some of them I just can't stand, and some of them are really good. And I want to get a recipe that makes one of those ones that I can actually eat the relish from. Because I'm the main one that eats relish in our family.
And I only make relish when my pickles fail. Relish is what you do when you wind up with soft pickles.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of the things that I do now at home here, like barbecue sauces. They taste so much better at home than they do from the store. And me and my mom I took my dog to the vets, and we were talking a little bit about that and what they put into that stuff, and it's preservatives, it's sugar, and why, what I mean? Like, why eat that stuff?
On Father's Day, my video that comes out on Father's Day is the basic barbecue sauce video. That you start with that sauce, and then you can add all sorts of stuff to it to make your own sauce. But that's the basic, bare bones basic one, and then it will build on that after that.
Yeah, I got to poke at Yossi here. Hey Yossi, so doing the metric stuff. How do you do convert all the sayings? Like a ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
They probably don't have that saying. Super Chat is in here. I just met them. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. I am almost at my hours. I have 349 more hours to go, and they really helped me the other day meet some friends. So cool. If you're looking to meet some friends, that's a great channel to go over and make friends. I noticed a lot of my friends were in there and hadn't told me that they were in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the metric system has so many cool adages and sayings. Milestone no longer applies. They all
get lost. It gets lost in the transition, Bill.
Yeah. Give an inch, take a mile. Ounce of prevention, pound of cure. All those, cool sayings.
Hi, Chris. I will say one thing, Tammy, when it comes to your watch hours. Even though you only got so many to go till you hit the 4,000, do like Darren did. He waited till he was over 4,100 and he's monetized now.
Yeah, I know I need more. And it's not going to really do me any good because I still got to do more content before it really do me much good.
Oh,
that's where I slacked off. I didn't do the content to start with.
Here's one of the problems you're going to face. Once you're monetized, you got to go back into YouTube Studio to all your videos. Monetize. Yep. And when you're doing it, you click monetize, then it says next thing you got to go scroll down. None of the above. It's violation. You go to none of the above. Submit thing. It's every one of the videos.
Robert, hi.
Hi, Robert.
Good morning. I cannot wait till tonight. I am looking forward to tonight and Shed Wars draft.
Oh, is that tonight? They're doing their draft?
Yep.
I might do Shed Wars next year if they have it. This year there's just so much going on. Trying to do my garden. I'm getting ready to start a second class for a second job, because the one I'm doing for roadside assistance, if I get 15 hours a week, I'm lucky right now. And it's driving me nuts.
Hoagland, Mass. Moss. I always want to say Mass. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Robert, maybe when Darren's here later this year, we can hop over and see you.
Big Boom Day. Yes. Cosmic Cultivators. It is the Big Boom Day. Go see. Draft.
Yep.
Well,
I'm the asthmatic fat kid that never gets picked, so I probably won't even have to worry about watching until tomorrow.
if Shed Wars gets, it sounds like it's really grown with the number of people in it. I'm not sure how it works, Robert, or anything, but I think it'd be kind of funny to have set Courtney up as a team, so it'd be the Poop Troop team. And all her Poop Troop members are automatically on hers.
I don't want to break her heart, but I have an inkling I might not be on the same team as her.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Don't know about that. Yes, Q, we are all excited. We are all very excited. I think I can't wait. I'm just killing time till then. I got to take a nap so I can stay awake, because we all know I get up early in the morning and I'm not very good about being awake in the evening.
I know you don't do meetup, Robert, but Darren would still like to meet you. And so would I. And I can guarantee our phones would not be near us. They'd be in the vehicle. Yeah, but
yes.
When Darren came over here, one of the things we were worried about, because he had to go through customs, was all the knives he brought over.
Mm-hmm.
He brought 18 knives over.
Well, he saved a lot on shipping and handling. He promised him out on a lot of Sherry's videos with people.
Yeah. It's crazy. There's still 3 left. He brought 18 over. Some were ones people bought. Some were giveaway. Some were gifts that he made, and ones to sell. But there's still 3 left. And I've got the 3 sitting here. I'll show you them. There's this one. It's a cheese cleaver.
Nice.
Cool.
It's really nice. And all the woods are from Australia.
Very cool.
And yes, they are very, very sharp.
Yeah, almost like you shave with it.
You could. You really could. They're very sharp. My son, go grab my knife out of the drawer, please.
No.
Please.
Oh my God.
Diggs, I agree. Who cares about the NFL? There's an NFL draft? What's that? This one.
Thank you. There's this one. And these are all still for sale. This one's $100. The cheese cleaver is $75. This one's $100. But they are very sharp.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice one for butchering up animals after you slaughtered them.
Robert, believe it or not, he walked right past the customs agents. He said they were just lined up and everyone was walking past. Didn't even touch his luggage. Now going back, that was a different story. He was a little worried about that.
Yeah.
This knife I really, really like. I'm gonna have to have Darren make me one.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Gorgeous. This is either gonna be $200 or $250. I can't remember.
That's a beautiful knife.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
That's
And all the woods are from Australia, which I like. And the one that Darren made me, it's a redwood.
Ooh, it's almost got
It's a
pearls. Or
gorgeous
something.
redwood. But this is my knife. And yes, it is very, very sharp. It cut through frozen chicken breast like it was butter.
Sweet.
Yeah, well, I'm more. It's not so much the handles are nice. I'm more about the shape of the blade because when you have that shape, it does different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been in the butchering field, so you know. I use my ulu now, and that's all I use when I butcher a deer.
Yeah.
I love my ulu.
And the thing is, all these they're not light. They've got weight to them, but they all fit good in the hand.
Yeah, that's the second most important is how they fit in your hand.
They fit real good.
The blade, because I've got this one here. This used to be my butchering blade, like for when I butchered up animals, because it's just the curve, right? But now because the handles, my first dog got his mouth on it and chewed up the wood handle, so I just used it in the garden now, and it works good.
I like the ulu when I'm chopping vegetables because this motion, the sawing motion, really hurts my carpal tunnel. But the ulu, I can come down straight and make perfect straight cuts, and it doesn't hurt my hand. I have a bone-handled, numbered, signed ulu from a professional craftsman in Alaska that was a gift, and that is my most prized knife possession.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm almost ready to get a new deboning knife. Mine's worn right down almost.
I lost my mom's boning knife, and I'm kind of upset about it because I really love that knife.
Yeah. Well, it's to the point, like I like it where it's got a nice up curve on it, right? So that when you're deboning, you can just like at the joints, right? You can slide it in there at the edge and then work your way down, right? Very carefully along the bone, right? Work along the bone that way to peel off the meat. And then for mine, it's like so skinny now along the thing that it curves very quickly and long towards the tip, and it's getting to that point.
If you want to come up, I still have room on the panel, Hoagland. Please come on up and share your news. Or you can just share it in the chat. But if you want to come up, there's room on the panel if you want to come up.
You put the wrong link in there.
Oops.
That's the link she just put in there is to the body cam. $31.
And this is why you have to keep me, Becca's not here today, so you got to keep me straight.
Use this one.
Yeah, one of
I can throw the link in quick if you want.
I don't invite change you out of fucking.
Got it.
It's not like I can't find my fucking wand.
Hi, Zombie Poker.
Yeah, the last place I was living at, I rented, and the landlord there, he had a cow he slaughtered, and I really wanted the head of it because it had the horns, and I wanted so I could bury it and let the worms at it and do its thing and have the skull. And he goes, yeah, if you can get it off quickly because I'm dealing with it right now. And so I pulled out my pocket knife and just cut it off. And because normally with a cow, right, you break the back neck to get the whole head off when you do the throat, right? And he says, I'm going to do it. The axe said, no, fine. And got the whole head off just like that with that pocket knife. And he shit his pants because it was like, how did you do that? I've been around the meat industry for a number of years. You learn.
You got to know where to go in between.
Yeah.
That's key.
Yeah. And you learn, right?
Mm-hmm. I grew up that way. We have I hope none of my vegan or vegetarian friends are in here right now, but we have a tradition at our house. You usually have to butcher a deer on the table and take care of it because Thanksgiving coincides with deer season around here. So traditionally, we have to, process an animal before we can set the table for our Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And this last year was no exception. I was very pleased.
Yeah.
Yes. Ulus, I would take my Ulu with me everywhere if I had a case for it.
Yeah.
I would. I love my Ulu.
Yeah, I have one that for in the kitchen. I got, and it has a little wooden stand, and but it's it falls. You can't carry it anywhere.
Yeah, I have two Ulus. One is one that won't leave the house because it's valuable, and then the numbered one, and then my everyday Ulu. I really need to get a case for it, and I saw one at a craft store that was secondhand. It was weighted beautifully. It had the leather case on it, $25, and I didn't have the money that day to get it, and I still kick myself in the butt because I had the case to carry it. I would have carried that thing like a pocket knife and have been happy camper.
All right. Well, I got to get going here. It's been fun, but I got some stuff to do. And,
bye.
Yeah. So, everyone, stay safe, stay happy.
Yeah, take care.
Plant a garden.
Bye.
Yeah, you too, Gil.
Oh, Danielle, I didn't see you down there. I'm sorry. There you are. I didn't see you.
Oh, it's okay. Hey, I hate your skills.
What's your big deal?
Well, it's a big deal for me. It's not a really big deal for me. But I've got a cloud. So it's much bigger than kind of out here. Maybe my internet will do okay out here. I live in Texas.
You're kind of breaking up.
Well, that's what I said. I wasn't sure how big well my internet was. Let's see. Can you see this?
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
How long is it?
Well, I didn't measure it exactly. But we just kind of, he told us to put up, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay, yeah. He told us to put up flags or lanyards, actually. He told us to put up flags and then it's cloud colors. So last year we did it with a hand. It was like an extension that goes on the end.
Oh,
Like pulled it up by hand. You hear me now?
Yeah, there you are. You're better.
Yeah.
Well, last year we filled it up with an extension that goes on the weed eater, like a little tiller, and it didn't get near deep enough. And so this year, our arrangement allowed us to use the plow, he plowed it up for us. And so he's going to come back and spray so that it doesn't have grass growing through it. And then he's going to disc it so that it chops it up and everything. So I think that's awesome.
That is awesome.
We'll have a lot more fruit. We're still going to use our planters and we got some landscaping material and some burlap today. And if we have to use different wheels and things, make it look pretty in the burlap. Those are all the and I'm excited that I've got some resources that help me know what to do to preserve like camping.
Yes, you're still cutting out a little bit, but I can catch what you're saying.
Okay. Well, I do live in the country, so. Moral to the story is we have a place to grow now.
That is perfect. That's wonderful.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's fun living out in the country, ain't it?
Yeah.
I'm so glad I moved out of the city. I can't wait to be there full time out in the country.
Yeah, I lived an apartment life for quite a while, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, I lived in an apartment for 20 years, and once I moved it, I rented a house, and then I moved once I rented the house, it was out to the country.
Danielle, did you shut off? the broadcast you were watching when you came up on StreamYard?
Let me look.
Yeah, because it sounds like she's getting a whole lot of
I'll look right
Yeah,
quick.
I think she's got it
feedback.
going. Yeah.
No, it's not open.
All right. There's some
I don't know.
echo there. Even when other people talk, I can hear echo.
Yeah, everything else is closed. So it's just that probably is what it is. And I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone rather than my laptop.
So I don't know. Something's weird.
That's okay. I wasn't gonna stay in here long. I just knew you guys were probably.
I'm excited for you. That's exciting.
It's a long shot from planning in 5-gallon buckets. So.
Oh yeah. And you can still plant in 5-gallon buckets. Just put them around the edge.
Yeah.
That'll help.
Darren plants in 5-gallon buckets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we had when we first moved here, though. We didn't have any in-ground or planters or raised beds or anything. We just used buckets to grow in. So
Oh yeah,
it's always
they
good.
can be great, and I still even even though I got like a strawberry patch, a main garden, another medium-sized garden, and another big garden, and some raised beds, I still plant my potatoes in Rubbermaid bins, and I start my trees off in 5-gallon pails until they get big enough to withstand the Canadian weather. Yeah, because that's the biggest thing that I learned. Once it
I don't know
snows,
if I'm brave enough for Canadian weather.
yeah. Well, you got to be a true Canadian for it.
Yeah.
But I know with the snow, and I did with the first spring that I started doing the tree thing, I planted a whole bunch of baby trees, and only one of them survived because of the snow.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, I wasn't upset.
I
Yeah, I had.
I'm not sure if any of them would make it.
Yeah.
What did you plant, Danielle?
I planted strawberries.
Ah.
Yeah. But and I went ahead and put them outside in a raised bed, and I don't know. I guess I don't know if I did it prematurely or if I did it wrong. Who knows?
I tend to either plant them too deep or too high, and they die on me.
With strawberries, when you plant them, the very top, where
the crown.
Yeah, you want to keep that above the level of the dirt.
Yeah,
I mean, I had strawberries in a raised bed out front, and they didn't do all that well. I planted them in a kiddie pool out back. I got buds on them already.
Awesome.
So I can't wait to get more strawberries. I gotta get more strawberry plants to plant this year.
Yeah, my strawberry patch, I just leave them, the runners, I leave them attached until the following spring, but I plant the roots in the dirt as best as I can, which isn't much. But and then come the following spring, they'll have that bounce, right? And then once they really take off, when I snip them and plant them somewhere else.
Yeah. When my runners get going, I'll take plastic cups or like small pots, fill it with dirt, and put them runners in there and have it to where the leaf is out, so it can root. And I'll do it like that. I gave some plants to some people last year, and that's how I did it.
That having those leaves up and out, it gives it the sun that it needs.
Yep.
So.
Hey, Tammy, I gotta get going. I've got work in a little bit, so I will catch you later.
Bye.
Thanks for having me up. It was great seeing everyone.
Thank you for coming up.
Bye.
Thank you guys for letting me join you. I'm gonna go. Okay.
All right. Bye, Danielle. Thank you for coming up and showing us your garden.
Thank you for allowing me to.
I'm not going to be here too much longer. I think we've been almost 2 hours, and I think I probably should get some stuff going. And my granddaughter wanted me here a minute ago, so I am going to go ahead and close down the chat too. So I will talk to you all later. Thank you all for coming in and being in the broadcast and supporting me. I am really close to my hours. I have 349 more hours to go. I am only about 250 away from 5,000 subscribers, 5K. And I just did my 400th video last week. So I am just kind of excited. I'm just reaching some benchmarks here, and I'm just reaching for the last goal of getting monetized. So
yeah.
All right.
Alrighty, I'll jump down and let you go.
Thank you, Louis.
No
Bye-bye.
problem. I'll see you soon. Bye.